Hey guys, this is Bennett, and this is my doll channel to talk about all things American Girl doll collecting. I mainly make videos for adults. Today, it should be age friendly for anybody. I am trying to get this video in as quick as I can before work because I'm so excited because the American Girl 40th anniversary dolls for the historical 18-inch collection dropped. And so I took a bunch of screenshots and I'm going to try and talk about it and get it posted and then go about my day. But I just wanted to share it with all of you because I'm so excited. Okay, this is the image that's on the front page of American Girl website right now. And I kind of consider it their 40th anniversary, like kind of, because it's relabeled the American Girls collection. And the boxes that I'm going to show a couple of, they don't have anything marked being 40th anniversary. So I'm hoping that this is kind of just another rebranding of the American Girl historical collection. But they have the original six plus Kit, which I actually really like because Kit is a favorite of mine. So I do. I think this is an interesting choice. I know we were kind of, I think a lot of us were expecting an 18-inch modern of some sort because they released the 18-inch or the 14-inch modern dolls. But yeah, I'm actually really happy that all of these dolls are available again. So let's take a look. They're available for pre-order with the, I think, shipping being May 1st, so not too far from now. Let's take a look and see what you get if you order any of these 7 historical dolls. So first up, we have Miss Felicity. And I know a lot of people were excited when she was in the modern 14-inch dolls. And I think that there will be a lot of people that are happy that she's back in the historical rotation. I think that personally, I do not like the Be Forever collection, so I like that they put them back in the original releases. And yeah, so let's take a look at what you get if you order the Miss Felicity doll. The price for each of these dolls is $175, which is, expensive, but American Girl's been doing that. I think the way that they're kind of justifying this is they are also including some of the meat accessories from the doll. So we get her outfit, her undergarments, socks, shoes, and then we also get the description says a floral brocade purse with a drawstring, a reproduction of a shiny coin called a bit, and then also her ribbons. So, but I think her ribbons are part of her socks. I think they're the garter items. I actually just found those. But they look pretty. I don't know if they're going to feel like, the like really high quality. They're going to be made of cotton and it says white cotton handkerchief. So I'm really curious to see what the reviews of these actually come out. In the product description, it does say nylon stockings, and then the outfit is described as cotton. So I'm really excited to see how these are taken when people start getting them and we start hearing about reviews. Okay, the most interesting thing, in my opinion, that I've seen when I looked at all of these dolls today, all of the books are different. I don't know what's going on. So, Felicity, in the book that comes with this doll and in her nice box, is called A Felicity's Keepsake Guide, or sorry, a keepsake guide to Felicity's World. And then I see now the description is written incorrectly. And it's got some early product and dress design, illustration sketches, educational material, behind the scene peeks. So this kind of reminds me of the historical girls world, or I don't remember exactly what they were called. But I remember when I was a kid, I had one for, I think, Samantha. And it's kind of like, more educational. It's about like facts of the time period and then also some information about the research that went into developing the doll. Personally, I think this is a good deal. This is a unique book that I think is a lovely thing to come with, a 40th anniversary set doll. I would be really excited to get this book. This is what I love from American Girl and specifically the historical collection. So like 5 stars in my opinion. Keepsake guide, awesome. Okay, Felicity's box is the only one that I'm going to show because I do have to go to work. So, in this box, all of them are the same. I did look at them all. So the box is a lovely rectangle. It's not like a weird shape, or it doesn't look like a book. I do love those about the modern ones, but I understand these are a lot bigger. Each of them have the American Girls collection in the ribbon and in the middle, and it is a callback to like the second era packaging, I think. And then on the side of the box, it says, I think, the American Girls collection again, and it has a small picture of Felicity. So if you're storing it sideways, and then on the front, it has the stock image photo of the doll, her full name, and the book that comes with the doll. So all of these look identical, except obviously adjusted for each individual doll. Yeah, so you could take a look at the other ones. This is the only one I am showing in this video. This is Kaya. I'm so excited that they're re-releasing Kaya. I think she's such a beautiful doll. She's one I'm definitely considering for my collection. And let's take a look at what we get if you buy this $175 Kaya doll. Okay, so the Kaya items, similar to Felicity, it seems like it's coming with the meat outfit and some accessories. And I personally think that's to kind of justify the cost of the doll. So it comes with her meat outfit, and then also the necklace, and the small bag. I don't know too much about Kaya's collection, so I don't know if what all pieces might be like extra exciting that people haven't been able to find secondhand, but I'm excited. Everything, the description of these materials is polyester for her dress, moccasins, and things like that. But it's in parentheses, it says faux leather. So I feel like that's probably true for when she was originally released. They aren't going to make thousands of outfits out of faux leather, but I don't know. So I'm hoping that it feels as nice as the original version. And then the shell ties and necklace are listed as plastic. I don't remember what the hair ties felt like. Like if it was, I feel like they clinked is my childhood memory, but I'd be really interested to hear what people with the older version say and if anybody can compare this re-release. Okay, the book that comes with the Kaya collection is the most interesting out of all of them, in my opinion, because the text says, Meet Kaya paperback with a cover inspired the original design. Okay, so inspired by, I guess. And what I think it's the original cover. I looked at it. I went and looked for several to see if there were other ones. There are Be Forever, I think, different book covers where it's like the solid navy blue, but this is what I remember from my childhood. And I looked up some others of the old school books, and this is what I saw. So I mean, I don't know if this is like a Mandela effect and I'm misremembering, but I would love if anybody can give insight. Like, what do they mean? But also, why isn't this a into the world view book? I want to know about how the Kaya doll was created. I want a special fancy book for $175 and 40th anniversary. I'm really confused why Felicity gets a special book and Kaya comes with a meat book. But anyway, I'm glad she's available again. The next doll is Kirsten. I know we kind of, there's debate on exactly how to pronounce it, but let's take a look at what we get when you purchase this $175 Kirsten doll from this American Girl release. Okay, I think this picture is really cute. And I'm actually a sucker for when the tiny details are kind of hidden, but also that's not very good for knowing what you're going to get when you buy something. So it comes with Kirsten's meat outfit, her dress, her little bloomies, her shoes, her socks, ribbons, the hat, the apron, the heart banner. It's like a spoon pocket, I think. All of those are accessory pieces. And then I guess the spoon, the necklace, and the little like little napkin are also accessory pieces. So I feel like you get a lot of little baubles with buying Kirsten. And this one is actually like, I would be very happy with this if I wanted to buy her to get $175 with this stuff. When looking at the item description, uh, there's it kind of is describing things. A faux amber heart-shaped necklace. For me, I'm always interested about quality, right? Like the old items were cotton, were made with sometimes the the little lockets were true metal, the pieces sometimes were stone, so they were just beautiful quality. So the necklace says plastic ribbon metal, so it seems like it's going to be a little plastic heart, which is okay. um the hair bows are polyester, but then all of the other clothing pieces it says are cotton. So I am, oh, and the socks are nylon. So I'm pretty excited. I think that this one is probably going to be, are going to be pretty happy with it. I'm definitely curious. Once again, I'm going to be looking out for everybody's reviews when they come out. I'm not going to be buying a Kirsten, but yeah, I think these are definitely, if you're like trying to buy these pieces from the original releases, they're very pricey. So if you just kind of want to have them and it doesn't matter to you how old they are, this is a great time to get them. Okay, the Kirsten book is funny to me because once again, it's a different description. It says a Meet Kirsten paperback book with the original cover design. Okay. This also makes sense to me. It's like if we're doing a complete fresh re-release, we're not calling them 40th anniversary edition because American Girl doesn't. They're kind of just relabeling them as the historical collection. I think, or no, they the American Girl collection, right? So just canonical America Girl. I think that it does make sense to just re-release only the meat book, the original thing that would have come with the doll in the first place, potentially. I need to be fact checked on that, but like this one also makes sense. Either we go fancy world introspective, where we're learning about the collection, learning about the doll, how was it created, about the time period, or just the meat book. I don't know what happened with the Kaya one, but this one makes sense. Kit! I'm so excited. I'm so excited they included my girl Kit. So I actually very recently I decided to start collecting Kit's collection. And I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to make a different video, but I'm so excited they included Kit. And she's a really interesting one because Kit was at the very tail end of Pleasant Company as the switch happened over to American Girl. She was still pre-Mattel, but she is, yeah, I like that they grouped her in with the historical collection because I do feel like she had the same level of like intense research done into her. I'm confused personally why they wouldn't kind of just relabel all of the historical dolls the American Girl collection if they did include Kit, though, because I feel like if you count the original 6, that's cool. If you count the original 7, why aren't we counting the original 8 or 9 or 10? I don't know. So I'm a little confused, but I'm not going to complain because I love Kit. I am personally very sad that I cannot buy her meat accessories separate. I don't need a Kit doll, but I wish I could get her accessories. But anyway, let's take a look at what we would get if you spent $175 on this Kit doll. Okay. If you spend $175, you get Kit's original meat. You get the doll. You get her original meat outfit. So the sweater, skirt, shoes, and her little sweatery shirt. And then you also get her meat accessories. I am just realizing this kit doesn't come with bloomies and there's no underwear listed. So the original kit came with bloomies kind of like Samantha's, like they're very short. So that's interesting. I didn't notice that before. But it does come with her meat accessories. So the hat, the little coin, the necklace, the bag, the handkerchief, and the barrette. The barrette, I cannot find barrettes anywhere, so that one is a hot commodity. When looking at the materials, the barrette is plastic. That makes sense. The necklace and the coin, it says metal. So apparently her compass necklace is metal, which would be, I would love to get my hands on it. The sweater, cardigan, underwear, hat, handkerchief are all cotton, which is pretty surprising to me because I've actually been seeing, like, when I come across the American Girl, the modern, like more modern kit pieces, they feel kind of like polyestery. I actually tried to dye one, and it definitely did not dye like cotton. It was like torn up, and anyway. The shoes, it says cotton PVC, which like that makes sense. And then the skirt, it says a combination of linen and cotton. So I'm also very optimistic about these. I think that these are going to feel nice and be something that hopefully will stand up against time. Okay, so this book goes back to the Kaya language, a cover inspired by the original design. I don't think this is a different cover. It's not solid white, but I don't think Kit's books were white. So this is a Meet Kit book, but I don't think the cover is any different. So I, once again, would be so interested to hear if anyone else has any different memories or pictures of different covers. I'm so curious. Yeah. I'm just now realizing the dolls are out of order because Samantha would be before Kit. But anyway, this is Samantha. I know she's loved by many. They took her off for a while and put her back. Let's take a look at what you get if you buy this $175 Samantha doll. Oh, Samantha. I think, like many people, this was my first American Girl doll when I was a child, and I have been strongly considering buying one again as an adult. I just want to open the box for it to be the doll and her clothes, and it would just, I think it would hit that nostalgia, scratch that nostalgia itch that a lot of us are kind of going for. So we get the meat outfit, her dress, her bloomies, her stockings, her shoes, ribbon, all of that. And locket. I think the locket did come with the original doll, but I'm not actually sure. The meat accessories, we do get her hat, her purse, a coin, and a little hanky. So I think, for $175, it's like, yeah, this is a lot, but this is kind of how we get them right now. When looking at the description of the materials, the dress, it says nylon taffeta dress, which is just so interesting to me that it's a different description. It's not cotton, and it's explicitly a different material listed. The hair bows, tights, hat are all nylon. The bloomy and the hanky, bloomers and hanky are cotton. And then it says the brooch and the penny are metal. So that made me very happy. Hopefully the brooch does have that nice metallic feel. Wait a minute. It's another world guide. So Samantha, the doll, also comes with a keepsake guide to Samantha's world. I think this is a good book. I don't know how thick it is. I don't know how many pages it is, but this is for Samantha, the doll, the outfit, the accessories, and a special, look into her world. I personally think the $175 is not a bad deal. I'd love to hear what other people think. And why didn't we get these collections, these books for the other dolls? This is a nice book. So yeah, let me know what you think. Josefina. I personally love the Josefina mold. I know she's kind of been overused, but I think the original is just such a lovely classic. Let's take a look at what you get if you buy the $175 Josefina doll from the current release. All right. So Josefina, like when I just look at it, this is another one that feels like you're getting a lot, which I do acknowledge is my own bias that it's just like more pieces equals worth more money. So you get her meat outfit, her dress, skirt, underwear. I would call them bloomies still. It's probably not the right word. And her shoes and the belt. I don't know if the scarf, it's not a scarf. Reboza originally came with the dress or if it's a meat item, or I'm sorry, an accessory. But either way, you get it. So you also get the things I know are the accessory items, the little clutch, the coin, necklace, things like that. So for these pieces, the details say that the necklace and the necklace says pendant and the coin are both metal. So once again, I'm very happy with this. The most of the outfit, basically all of it, are cotton, which also makes me very happy. The pouch and the moccasins are described as PU. I don't know what that stands for. Um, I don't see it written anywhere else on the page, so it's something. And overall, I also think hers. It's like if you want her outfit, it's not too hard to find, but it's you have to definitely piece together the accessories. And so if you're somebody that kind of wants all of Josefina's meat outfit and accessories, I do think this is a good time to get them. Even with the cost, it's not crazy if you're looking for convenience. Okay, Josefina's book looks basically exactly like Kirsten. So it's just the image with the white background. I don't really know if there's logic here, but you get a book, and it says with the original cover design. So my same argument stands where it's like I do see the logic of if you're just doing a re-release and not a special 40th anniversary edition, this makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah, you get a doll, you get her clothes, you get a book. I do like that with what they're doing with combining the accessories. If you buy the doll and her whole outfit with accessories, you do get a doll that looks pretty much exactly like the character on the front of the book. That is very cute. I appreciate that. Addy. I personally have a very special place in my heart for the Addy doll. I learned so much from her when I was a kid from her books. She's one I'm considering too. I love all of these. Let's take a look at what we get if we buy the $175 Addy doll from the current release. Okay, so like with the other dolls, you get their outfit and their meat accessories. I'm gonna be so honest. I don't know what Addie's original meat accessories were. I I didn't know it was kind of like this little handkerchief that she used as a bag. That makes sense. I did read the books, but I don't know. I think I'm maybe imagining the Be Forever accessories where she had this like little patchwork bag. Um, but yeah, so this is what we get. You get her dress, her bloomies, her socks, her boots, and then you also get her hat, her necklace, and her pouch. So, oh, and a pretend water gourd. So the necklace is plastic this time. I get it. They can't give us all tiny special shells. Meh. The dress, underwear, and handkerchief are cotton. The coin is metal. And then the bonnet, the hat is straw and ribbon. So I think this is another one that's like, I think it's up to the person. Like, does this feel like $175? I don't. I think the accessories definitely. I have not been able to see easily any necklaces or uh, handkerchief bags to carry her items in. So yeah, I think it's up to the person. But I don't know. These look like they're going to be beautiful quality, just like all of the other pieces. Okay, and then this one says a Meet Addy paperback with the original cover design. So there was that one we've seen a couple times. So I also am so curious what is going to be the new cover that they do for the modern Addy so that our girl is not still in front of a tobacco plantation. And I'm really interested why they didn't do inspired by for this one. If they're like rebranding like Kaya, I don't know. I'm confused. I think that there is value and importance for that is Addie's characters, that she escaped those horrible, like horrific, egregious circumstances, and I think it's okay for Addie to be in front of the tobacco field. For modern Addie, no, we don't need that. So I am glad that they're apparently reprinting it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Molly. Who doesn't love Molly? I'm so excited that she's available again. She's another one I might be considering. Um, I mean, who doesn't love someone that hates Nazis? Let's see what we get if you buy the $175 current Molly release. Oh, American Girl. So this listing is different from every other listing. If you kind of look at through the stock images, all that's included is her meat outfit, period. So like her sweater, skirt, her little dicky, the hair bows, the glasses, the socks, the shoes, and the bloomies. But in the pictures of her, she clearly has her accessories. So I was very confused. So I went and I double checked, and if you click on the second page of what's included, it does say her glasses with case, necklace, hanky, faux coin, and her purse. So you do get her accessories. It doesn't seem like her hat is included, which is interesting. But maybe I don't know. So her hat is listed on the item description. So this is just one of those American Girl. They did not do the best job at kind of making things cohesive and including all the details. So her beret is included. It is in the specification section. All right, so the glasses are metal and plastic. The dicky, bloomers, and hanky are cotton. Her sweater is acrylic, but her skirt is wool. So, and her beret is wool. The necklace, her heart locket, and her coin, the penny, are metal. So I personally think this is another one that it's like, if you really want Molly, you want the doll, you want her meat outfit, you want her accessories, $175 isn't crazy. If you don't care about the year for everything to kind of be complete and you get it all at once. It's not a bad deal. I think like all of them. That's kind of my opinion, but I'll summarize in a second. Okay, the Molly book is similar to Kirsten, Addy, and I think somebody else. It just says Meet Molly paperback book with original cover design. So yeah, I personally would have loved a Molly's World guide, just like all of them. I mean, Addy's World, I think they would have been beautiful, but we take what we get, I guess. Yeah. So you get the traditional book along with the doll. So this is my most quickly made and most chaotic energy doll video that I've made yet, but I really am just so excited, and I wanted to get to talk about it, hopefully to people that are also excited. What are your thoughts? Did we want more? Were we expecting less? I personally, if they all came with a book, like looking into their world and the history of the development of the doll, I would be happy. Original doll, original outfit, a fancy special book, specially labeled box. I would be good. I do think that this is a positive sign that they're probably just going to leave these dolls up for a while. They're not limited edition. They're not going to be gone in like a week. I think that they're going to be here a while. And that makes me really happy. I also know a lot of people are hoping, do we get any outfits re-released? Do we get any of the old school outfits made again, like we've kind of been seeing from like Samantha's birthday outfit, and I know a handful of others. So yeah, what do you guys think about this collection? Are you gonna get any? What do you kind of hope to see in the rest of the year? They just keep giving us goodies. This isn't even the May 4th release. There's something else coming. So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching.